Welcome to the City Show. We're back. Hiatus is over. I enjoyed hiatus. During the commercial, I'll probably take the gum out of my mouth. We just had a 9/11 ceremony on Journal Square. We'll show you some pictures of that. The 20th anniversary, that was the 19th time I've been up on Journal Square hosting that ceremony at the 9/11 Memorial Fountain. This year, we will start collecting money to renovate the Memorial Fountain and the Circle of Honor so we can start inducting new people. For that matter, I might even add a name to the fountain. I was approached by the police about a Port Authority cop who was stationed in Jersey City and ran over, off duty by the way, to the towers and unfortunately perished. Now you're seeing Mayor Fulop there at the 9/11 ceremony on the square. See the Lowe's marquee behind us. We had a lot of speakers there. You know, myself, Richie Borgiano. You had the sheriff's office there, Sheriff Shelton. There was somebody else. I'm missing somebody. Joyce Waterman. It was a nice, quick. Started at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, everybody has something to do. It was a good, tight half-hour ceremony. Also, speaking about tight and more than a half hour, we have the debates here in Jersey City coming up. Every ward will have a debate live here from the studio on YouTube and Facebook and what have you. And on what have you would be channel 190 on Comcast. So you're all set on that. We're having all the wards plus the council at large. They are finally going to debate. That's never been done before. And we'll wrap it all up in October with the mayoral debate. And I believe early voting starts on the 23rd of October, so we'll have all our debates in before the 23rd, so you can make an informed, educated vote on Election Day, or vote early, whichever. All right, we're going to break the commercial. When we come back, we'll get the show going. You're watching the City Show. I'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
We're back, City Show here. Pat O Melia there, you there. Don't forget, follow us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, Twitter, all that, Instagram, all those things we're on. I'd say live stream right now, but I might have a problem with live stream, but I'll take care of it. I also could use some fresh coffee. What we're going to talk about today, we got the mayor of Jersey City as a guest. He'll be coming in after the first segment. I'm going to talk about the cost of trash, because that's one of the things I'm going to talk to Mayor Fulop about. Then after the interview with Mayor Fulop, I'm going to talk about affordable housing. I have some questions about the affordable housing and the, the IZO ordinance. Well, first off, water and trash fee. Fulop is right, and I'll bring that up in the interview with Mayor Fulop, to try to go and spread the cost of trash pickup across the entire city. Abated properties, they weren't paying into trash. Not-for-profits, they weren't paying into trash. And I think there were about 800 not-for-profits in Jersey City. And I think it's 120 or so abated properties in Jersey City. And some of those abated properties, pretty high-rise abated properties that weren't paying. And some of them, you see a real tall high-rise, chances are they got private garbage pickup. But a lot of the when I'm saying high rise, a high rise to me would be something like 20 stories. But some of the, I guess, low rise, medium rise, they have city pickup and they're abated, so they're not getting charged for the trash. The cost of trash has gone up tremendously in the last 10 years, specifically in the last 5 years. At one time, used to make money on trash. China was the one buying the trash constantly. They were the biggest exporter of trash. Now, China does everything, builds everything, which is one of the things we need to start looking at here as a country, start bringing some of that back. But they were the biggest customer. I think they purchased like 75% of the trash. But China changed the rules on that. They wanted basically pristine trash. Look at your garbage can. And you throw everything in your garbage can. Well, they don't want that. Everything's got to be clean. If there's a frozen food wrapper, it's got to be clean. There can't be any cross-contamination. You have a frozen food wrapper and you have some tomato sauce in there. No good. So that became the problem, exporting our trash. So without a buyer, the expense went on to the municipalities. So what was an economic engine for Jersey City now is costing probably about $30 million a year. Somewhere we just did a 5-year contract with a company that's picking up our trash now, and they leave a lot of it. They don't pick it all up. They leave a lot of it in the street. And so you're somewhere around $16 million to $17 million a year over the course of this 5-year contract. Plus you got another 12 or 14 million a year in tipping fees. What are tipping fees? That's the dumping fees. And we used to be able to cover that before with the trash and recycling. Can't cover it anymore, trash and recycling. So many municipalities, as with Jersey City, had to come up with a way. And I think in Mayor Fulop's mind, the best way to do this, we'll put it with the MUA, we'll use water. And a lot of people say, what the hell is water usage got to have to do with garbage? I think the idea was water usage from a single-family home is certainly different than a 2-family or a 3-family or 4-family. I think that was the idea. But it wasn't fine-tuned enough. They didn't take into consideration a laundromat. And some of these people got some huge bills for water, for trash usage based on their water usage. Car washes, that sort of thing, restaurants, bars, where a lot of water is used. There was a sticker shock occurred there. So now the mayor is going to sit back, where everybody's getting reimbursed, and fine-tune that. It will still go through the MUA. A lot of municipalities in the state, probably about 50% of them, either charge for trash pickup, require you to have a private concern pick up the trash, or this new thing, pay as you throw. And they charge you for the amount of trash you put out in the street. And I'm not sure they weigh it, at the curb. I'm not sure how that works. But, you can opt out of the city project, but, private service is about $160 a month. So the city's not going to be anywhere close to that when they finally fine-tune these numbers. But, it's time the city take a good, hard look at the cost of trash, picking it up. Because like I said, we're at about, I think right now this year it's $5.1 million a year or $5.8 million for trash. It goes up each year of the 5-year contract. Before I got into radio and TV, I was in transportation and trucking. I took a look at the cost of picking up trash in Jersey City. From buying 28 trucks to having a crew of 110 people, to having mobile service units, to buying an 8,000 square foot freestanding steel building. And when I put putting in benefits and all sorts of costs, I came out to a cost of about $10.4 million a year. So can we save money doing it ourselves? Yeah. So those are the numbers I'm going to send over to Mayor Fulop. Right now, I'm going to send you to a commercial break. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Ford made their first all-electric SUV a Mustang. Rapid acceleration, reactive handling, 300-mile range. You control how it feels and how it sounds. It knows you. It dials into your preferred settings. It has an array of driver assist technology. Cameras and sensors enhance your awareness and provide you with additional control. But it's more than cutting-edge technology. It's the spirit of it. It's a Mustang.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care.
The latest clinical trials.
Researchers working to find a cure.
And nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
We're back. You're watching The City Show. Now my guest live from City Hall is the mayor of Jersey City, Steve Fulop. Mayor Fulop, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Pat.
First off, how's the wife and the kids?
Everybody's good, thankfully. Everybody's good, relatively speaking. You know, you value health more than ever in the last year, and I feel fortunate that the family's healthy.
How's big brother doing with little sister?
So-so. I mean, he's not the nicest to her, but hopefully he outgrows that.
I'm sure he will. All right. We had a very big storm, as I'm sure you're aware of, Ida.
Yeah.
Was it flooding, the amount, volume of rain, or did we have a sewer issue? Because Jersey City, we never really have a lot of flooding issues. I live in the Heights, so we never have a flooding issue in the Heights. Fortunately, you live in the Heights now on Ogden Avenue, but the Heights kind of, once you get past Central, it dips down, plateaus there at Ogden and Palisade, and off to the cliffs it goes, and then we flood out Hoboken. But, you know, Dampert Avenue had some flooding issues. 18th and Jersey Avenue would have them. But this time, we seem to have them on all parts of the city. What caused that?
Yeah, I mean, look, the reality is that we've had two storms by the federal standards in the last month, that one classifies as a 50-year storm and one classifies Ida as a 200-year storm. So, you know, I think we could all agree that those numbers around the frequency of storms is rather silly, being that they're happening almost weekly. So the challenge is that when you get 8-9 inches of rain in a very, very short period of time, there's no sewer system in the country in an urban setting that could probably handle that. And what you're seeing is a very, very intense rainstorm in a very, very short period of time. And even in situations where the sewer pipes are large enough to handle more water, the catch basins aren't able to get that water into the sewers as quickly as necessary. So we're doing a lot of work on the infrastructure to improve it. We're going to continue to do that. And we're really in a race against time here because, you know, climate change is real and the frequency of these storms is a scary thing for anybody living in Jersey City, regardless if you're in the Heights or downtown.
Now, the MUA has been replacing sewer lines all through the city. I think they've been focusing a lot on the southern end of Jersey City, at least that's my opinion. Did we see a benefit in those sections of town where you made that investment?
I mean, look, yeah, there's no question that parts of Country Village where we put pump stations in did better. Parts of downtown where we put pump stations in did better. And we did a lot of these things after Sandy based on feedback. So they were better in this storm, but not perfect. And so what we need to do is just continue to do that citywide based on the areas that have the largest problems. So we're aware of it, and we've devoted a tremendous amount of money and resources to it. So, you know, I'm optimistic that it's going to get better. We could definitely use the help from the federal infrastructure bill because some of these plans are ready to go. But the important thing is that it's a priority for us and a priority for residents. I know that.
Do we have procedures and information out yet how Jersey City residents can get in touch with FEMA?
What was that?
Do we have information out yet available to the public to how to get in touch with FEMA?
Yeah, I mean, there's information on the website, but the important thing is in the next week we'll understand if they have a all online system or they have some in person as well, which would be great because then we'll be able to set up a center here in Jersey City or multiple centers and help people facilitate the paperwork that may not be able to. So we're waiting on some guidance from FEMA and we'll go from there.
How do you feel Suez did with the Ida storm and then an aqueduct broke?
I mean, Suez doesn't control Ida, obviously, so the amount of rain was not a Suez issue. I think Suez could have done better on communication and how they plan around water distribution when there is a break, and some of those basic functions that they should be doing better on, I think they've been failing on. And so we've been having conversations with the leadership there about financial reimbursement and what would make sense. And, I hope to have a resolution on that front in the next week.
Are you at the point yet with Suez where you just want to push them out and try to go in a different direction, or you want to try to maintain this relationship and try to fine-tune it?
I mean, look, Suez, for all their issues, they do have an expertise with regards to maintenance of our system. They have the most familiarity with our system. And it's a question of whether we want to start at the beginning with somebody just learning the system and going through all of the issues around that. So we're in a little bit of a tough predicament, and we're trying to sort through what's the best route forward. We're talking to Suez, as I said, and we're going to be demanding better service. I mean, we're not going to be consistently being taken for granted or feeling as if we're taken for granted. So hope to have a resolution in the next week.
All right, let me break for commercial and we'll come back. You're watching The City Show.
Sounds good.
My guest is the mayor of Jersey City, Stephen Fulop. We'll be right back.
Panepinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panepintodevelopment.com. Panepinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital, with innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
We're back, City Show. Pat O Melia here, the mayor of Jersey City there. Welcome back, Mayor.
Hey, good to be back.
Should we put levels of how much water they should have on hand, bottled water with Suez for emergencies like this? Should the city have a supply of bottled water on hand? Because that was the big problem. The water wasn't available. They showed up with the water and it was gone in like 10 minutes. That was the real issue there with Suez, in my opinion.
I mean, look, Suez did a poor job on that front. So I think ultimately it was their responsibility to deliver water to residents here. That's why they're contracted. And they did a poor job, and they need to do better. So I don't know if having a reserve somewhere makes sense, if you could do that at the scale that a city of our size needs. But the bottom line is, in situations like this, and it's probably not the last one, that they need to be doing better.
Well, let's switch gears over to trash. We had an issue with the trash fee that's now going to be reimbursed to the people of Jersey City. How are you fine-tuning that trash fee? I understand why you have it, because you were in here about a month or so ago where we did a meeting with the mayor. The trash fee is based on water usage, which I guess the reasoning of that is because you could figure it's a single family, a two family, a three family, four family, and so on. But something fell through the cracks, like the laundromat guy got hit with, I don't know, $80 million bill. You know? there was some problems.
The thought around moving the trash collection to the MUA is a good one, because it gets everybody paying their fair share. And no building in the city should get an exemption on a service that they use and use frequently that others pay for. So that framework is right. Where the weakness was the water ratio to garbage was probably an idea that we should have kind of understood a little bit more. And the timing of the bill was a problem. If people got their tax bill, which they're getting this week, which will show a $1,000 decrease on the municipal side, and at the same time they saw a $200 increase on the MUA side because we're getting more people to pay for the trash collection, people would have understood that because it's net $800 in their pocket. But being that they got the bill a month and a half before they got the other bill, it created a lot of discontent, which I understand. So what are we going to do about it? So we're going to move away from the pegging it to the water, that's for sure. And we're looking at just a fixed cost per unit. and it's a fair way to do it. That's what we initially were thinking about. We're just getting the data around that, and with no exemptions. And so we're going to see how that works, and we're going to try to get it at a place that's less than $15 per month, which is extremely, extremely reasonable. And if we can get it to that place, then we'd move forward on it.
Well, from what I understand, about 50% of the state of New Jersey either charges for trash pickup or...
What was that, Pat?
I think either 50% of the state of New Jersey either charges for trash pickup, they require you to get a private service, or they have the pay-as-you-throw pricing. And I guess they weigh that at the curb when they pick up your garbage. I'm not sure how that works. But you're right in what you're saying with the abated properties, and not forgetting not-for-profits who also don't pay those figures. You got approximately 120 abated properties in Jersey City, and the last count was about 800 not-for-profits in Jersey City that are getting, they're skating on the trash fees. And under what you're presenting here is a way to spread that out. And there's an option to opt out of the city pickup, but that's not exactly cheap either. That's like $160 a month to have private garbage pickup. So if you can get it for $15, $30 a month, that's a good deal.
Yeah, if we get it to $15 a month, then that would be a home run, and everybody should participate. At the end of the day, when it was in your tax bill, everybody participated in it. So there shouldn't really be exemptions, even if we move it to the MUA. So that's how we're looking at it. We have a lot of financial experts kind of running through the framework and doing the numbers on that. And the hope is that we'll have a resolution soon. But I think it's going to be something that the residents really like, and in moving in a much better direction than where it was before.
All right, before we let you go, the campaign is underfoot again. You're really right into the campaign season, September, October. You have any predictions on this? You got your tennis shoes on? You're ready to go out there hitting the pavement?
I mean, look, we're working hard. We walked last night. We're walking tonight. We're walking this morning. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. So campaigns are unpredictable, of course, but I think that our team has a strong track record. We've done a lot in the city to move it forward, and we have still more work to do. And, I'm optimistic, but we don't take anything for granted. So we're working extremely hard every single ward, and I'm hopeful and optimistic. And I feel like we have a good track record to run on.
Before I let you go, you said you're walking, you're knocking on the doors, ringing the doorbells. How much does social media play into the modern campaign now?
I mean, look, social media is another avenue to touch people, but we still believe ultimately that person-to-person contact is important. Traditional media like mail and TV are important, and of course digital is important. So we try to go through them all, and we try to make sure that we're reaching all of those different people, because there's not one single avenue that really touches everybody, and that's one of the challenges today, and that's why it's really expensive. Well,
an old friend of ours, Mayor Glenn D. Cunningham, once told me the best way to get a vote is to ask for a vote. So yeah, you meet them face to face, shake their hands, ask, vote for me, and hopefully they do. All right, we're going to let you go, Mayor. I know you got other things to do.
Hey,
maybe
thanks,
we'll
Pat.
bring you back when you get the FEMA information, and we can get that out to the public.
I love that. That'd be great.
Good. Thank you, Mayor. All right, we're going to break for commercial.
Thank you. Take care.
You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one path stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
We're back, City Show. Thank you, Mayor Fulop. We'll probably bring him back as soon as we get that FEMA information. What I was saying before we went to the interview, I kind of ran the numbers on what it will cost to do the trash. And, I got a crew of 110 people. I got everything figured in, from mobile service units to heat and hot water, inventory. I'm changing the tires and all the garbage trucks once a year. Shop equipment. I got $1 million for the shop and shop equipment. That's kind of like a one-time purchase. We can do this. It's just a matter of the city wanting to do this. Now, affordable housing. Boy, this is a bugaboo here in Jersey City. I agree we need affordable housing. One way to make affordable housing is make the city more affordable, i.e., maybe you start doing our own trash. Maybe we start doing our own water. There's a few contracts coming up that we should probably take a good close look at. That's the trash contract, or there's outs on that. Suez, there's outs on that, I believe. There's an ambulance contract coming up. There's money to be made. There's money that can be made to offset property taxes, but you got to start offsetting the cost if you want to have affordable housing. What I don't understand about affordable housing is how it became the responsibility of private sector. There was a meeting a few weeks ago at 356, 360 Central Avenue about the people, I think it's the Kennedy store. They've been there for 1 million years on Central Avenue. They want to do a development. And it's about 50 units. And they had a meeting with the neighborhood, and some people were complaining about no affordable housing component. See, if you worked and saved your money, and you went out and you went into tremendous debt to get a loan/mortgage to build your project, you're doing this on your own. You're not going to the city for an abatement or bonding help to pay for your building. I don't understand why you should have an affordable component to that. This is you. This is where you're investing into your financial future, your family's financial future. I don't know why you should be forced to have an affordable apartment, an affordable unit component. Now, if you're taking money from the city and the state to build your project, through abatements and bonding and whatever, then that's a different story. I could see why affordable housing would be in there. But affordable housing is really up to the state, the county, the feds, and the local municipalities. It has always been that way. It's not a problem with the private sector unless you, like I said, go in with your hand out to the government for help building your project. That's a different story. I don't understand why affordable housing can't be high-rise. It used to be how we could put market rate housing in high-rises, moderate rate housing in high-rises, but affordable or low income? No, we can't do that. Why can't we have a 20 or 30 story building with 100, 200 unit apartments in it for affordable low income? I don't understand why. If high income can live that way, I'm sure affordable and low income can. And it worked in the past. We had Curry Woods, if you recall, there's one Heckman Drive I think is still left. That was high-rise. Duncan Projects would be considered high-rise. Montgomery Gardens was high-rise. Marion Gardens was medium-rise. Holland Gardens was medium-rise. Montgomery Projects, they were high. Montgomery Projects, they're gone, but they were high-rise. That is where we should be focusing, and that's something where the city, the county, the state, and the feds get involved, and they start building it. They can easily get property. And, they can bond and use federal monies to build these units. Unless you're going to the city or the state or whatever you for money, I don't know why you need to have an affordable component to your project. If you want a variance, this guy wanted a variance for a loading dock because he's going to have a supermarket in there, and God knows the Heights could use the supermarket. I don't see why we have to force this guy to have an affordable component. All right, I'm out of show. You be good, you be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.